where... Wait a minute. Is this map not updated? What? Where's the Southern Federation? Why is that... Hang on. Right, I'll look for the banner. So... yeah. It's war. In Romania... Wait. Okay, hang on. Okay. Here's the map. So yeah. In the last video we had warfaring with Russia and Romania because Romania was attacked by Russia because Romania sent volunteers into Moldova, which Russia didn't like, and Russia attacked Romanians, so yeah. Why did Algeria get put here? Oh. Right, Algeria wanted more lands, and declared war on Morocco, bringing them into war. Of course, in South Federation, Sudan don't like each other. What is happening? Anyway, I'm gonna lose. It's war time. So, obviously, straight away, Russia. Straight away because Russia shot Romania. We have Russia crossing the border of Romania into Barbarossa. I don't know what this place is called. They enter into Romania and it stops because Romania also had their troops ready, but to be honest, Romania's not strong as Russia's not strong as Romania's not strong as Russia, so they're gonna get slapped. Serbia. Alright, that seems like fitting, because they literally have no chance. So, Algeria is in a bad place to really exist right now, because they're surrounded, except for Mauritania. So we have them doing the best of what they can. They sent troops down into Mali, which, if I think of it, Mali didn't really get hurt, because when Mali got invaded from Algeria, they kind of just lost the top bit, really important. Anyway, troops just kind of flood into Mali. Mali's destroyed after the First War. And I don't see what they're doing this war, I don't see what they're doing to puppet. The capital gets captured, and anyway, they hold off. And they have to manage to push it a little bit back. That's all because Mauritania is allowing NATO to supply Mali. Is this even NATO anymore? Why is Colombia and Venezuela not drawn in? They're in the war. Oh yeah, about China, we'll get to that later. Pakistan. Does Pakistan even exist? Anyway, Russians keep moving into Romania until Romania says no and pushes them back. This is Romania because they just get this is Romania though because they get pushed back. Now you know the problem with NATO. Romania's the only one that is actually ready. So NATO has, like USA and Canada haven't even like the troops are like there. So Europe, UK, I think Poland and the others are mobilized ready to invade Belarus in a minute, but it's even worth it to invade Belarus. We are surprised to have Sudan invade from South Sudan. And I mean this is newly formed and DRC just joined, so there's gonna be some people here the people who didn't want to join are gonna be a bit rebellious. But again, there's literally just a jungle here, and chance. I bet you. I'm not going to McDonald's UK. I bet you Tanzania's just using elephants. So the Sudanese get pushed out, and they can't go back in. Ethiopia doesn't get touched because mountain. Yemen? What is gonna happen with Yemen? I actually don't even know. Anyway, we have Israel. We have Israel mobilized, and Israel gets mobilized, and Lebanon ceases to exist. Because what would Lebanon do in this situation? And we have Syria. And Syria starts to just fall apart. Turkey comes in from the Kurdistan area, and if you think about the rebellions in Syria mostly like Kurds. So is it called Kurds? But Syria does hold back because of Iraq. So, but I think we also happen with Iraq. With Armenia, they get just steamrolled in like a few weeks. Iran is just mountain over here, so I don't think they're gonna get touched. Yemen, for some reason, actually holds a good defense until Saudis come. It's like 2030 at this point. No, not 2030. It's like 2032 with the Saudi things to be going on. South Yemen is gonna be captured really easily here, and we surprisingly have Oman not doing much. Oman, they can't do much. Oman does send a bunch of troops in, but helping Saudi Arabia is also helping them. Eventually, the troops combine into one front, and just a bit of. And within a month, Yemen just gets smashed. Romania starts to push back, and we surprisingly see Russia have a very big success. Anyway, Russia sends troops into Estonia to try and capture Tallinn. Troops go ahead and reconnect up with Kaliningrad somehow. I don't know how Russia did that. And yeah, the Baltics are going to supply still, but without the connection with Kaliningrad, they're gonna just die. The Baltics against Russia is unfair because in Ukraine right now, it's not going well. Ukraine's a puppet right now, so I do think it was a smart thing what Russia did, annexing the part that is mostly Russian and then just leaving the rest as a puppet. I don't think they want to be a puppet of Russia. Anyway, wherever the serious Putin's dead. The leader tells the armies to attack Finland. They enter into Finland, and then get pushed back. Why? Because Finland's been training ever since they get independence for Russia to raid. Back in the Baltics, Lithuania capitulates as well as Estonia, and Latvia just dies. Russia sends more stuff throughout Kaliningrad to capture Warsaw. This legit goes really bad, and it goes so bad to the point where they get pushed back all the way out of Poland. And Kaliningrad is now being threatened, but I'm pretty sure that area is like just non-stop being supplied. Back in Romania, Romanian NATO troops start to push back Russia, and the first push into Russia's allies has begun. A big Russian ally. Is it even a Russian ally? I mean, it's like I don't think Ukraine wants to be part of Russia at this point. The people that are happy, so they should be fine. So straight away, troops enter into Ukraine, which Russia is not really worried about. Ukraine was really hard to keep hold of as a puppet, and these troops enter in and eventually stopped by the Ukrainian army. So there goes another stalemate. Although this does kind of break through, as NATO is now mobilized. Looks like USA is now there. Colombia and Venezuela also send the troops into Africa to help Morocco, which is going to be a big front in a minute. Mali's capital is captured, and Mali just completely falls apart. And we see a push into Morocco be begun, and also Libya. And you want to know why they're not going for the desert? Because it's just a desert. And Tripoli's encircled, and Libya thinks, hang on, why am I in this war? Tripoli's captured, and Libya's just dead. If a country loses their capital, like a country that relies on their coast, and they lose their capital, they're obviously going to be done. Troops continue to move about, and eventually something ends up looking like that. Now, why is there no movement? Because wouldn't they be able to move through? Italy's got just tons of troops there, because Italy was already preparing for an invasion, but the troops weren't actually there because they were more focused on protecting Romania. And that's when the war we see Syria just kind of like collapses in on themselves. I swear to God, if this is not covered in, I'm gonna kill myself. Not like that, I mean like in a way. Never mind. Anyway, troops start to move into Iraq, and Iraq starts to just rise. These troops enter. Turkey is just, oh my God, Turkey and Israel just having a field day. Not Syria. Saudi Arabia finally gets mobilized and pushes up towards Baghdad. Both sides start to enter towards Baghdad, and Iraq's split in half. The side over here completely falls, and it's only Iraq. Well, it's only Iran left. You can get that mistake. Okay, do not get mad at me for that. It's only Iran in Iraq, because Iraq actually surrendered. So as the Iraqi soldiers start surrendering, Iran just kind of holds fronts, while also somehow making a gain in they somehow make a little bit of a gain into Azerbaijan. This is not going to be. Now, obviously, this can be stopped, as Azerbaijan says no and kicks them out. Hang on. Anyway, Iran's could tell Azerbaijan completely wasting a bunch of resources. Frontline in Iraq is just falling apart. We have an encirclement of Iraqi. What? There's a massive encirclement of Iran's troops, and they're all killed. And eventually, they lose all their fronts in Iraq. Iraq gets captured, and nothing moves. Why isn't Russia why? Okay, you may be wondering, why is Abkhazia and South Ossetia not called in? That's because Russia had to take all their troops out to fight somewhere else, and also the whole Abkhazia South Ossetia thing's over. That war ended ages ago. The war ended when Russia needed the troops to enter into Ukraine to fight. Speaking of Ukraine, it's not looking very good here as the government kind of not like goes rogue, but they do some bad stuff, and none of the citizens can do anything because they are brainwashed by Russia's influence. We have a big chunk of Ukraine falling to NATO, and Russia is now scared because Belarus is in danger. What else is in danger? Kaliningrad just got captured. And at this point, Russia's starting to lose ground as, they were gaining, but now they're losing because, NATO's mobilized. There's no Russia's strong in this scenario, but they are still nothing compared to NATO. More North American troops are arriving. Colombian and Venezuelan troops are arriving. We have Lithuania, hang on. That is not the right colour. Lithuania gets recaptured, and Russia is starting to just rip their hair out. They're more of just starting to smash the table, and they're the president's smashing his table because he's losing everywhere. What? Oh, okay, I should probably get on here. It's just kind of mad as his allies are losing. He's lost Armenia. They're sending troops down to Georgia, which could be a bad problem because of a place. Hang on. Anyway, in Sudan we have Egypt. We have East African troops entering into South Sudan, which, surprisingly enough, starts rebelling against Sudan. Very good idea, Sudan. Anyway, South Sudan breaks away. Not all of it, but just some chunks, and what Sudan realizes is they just have a massive encirclement. What does Sudan do? What does Sudan try to do? Get Chad and Khan on the side. Nope, they send as they are neutral. So this entire army falls, which ends up in South Sudan declaring its independence and joining the East African Federation. That's what happens when you annex a bunch of land that rebel from you. Egypt and Libya make a little bit of a gain into, I don't know what this is called. They don't really go up far, but Egypt starts to go down the Nile River because Khartoum is in sight as both sides are now rushing for it. Sudan says no and pushes them back. So come on. But you do know this is Sudan. And yeah. Maybe not the strongest in the world, but tried. Sudan is now losing everything. Their coast is still here, but I think that's kind of, yeah. Saudi Arabia's probably got that under control. And in a few more weeks, Khartoum's captured, and with nothing left, Egypt kind of just takes their coast. And with that, Sudan is just gonna disappear from humanity because they are just desert now. Now, why is that bad for the red team? Well, they just lost a big player, and I think Algeria is now scared because Egyptians are rushing into Libya. And American troops are starting to arrive in Morocco. which could be bad because somebody just decided to join the war, and that is Chad and Nigeria. As NATO had said to them, if you would have joined the war and helped take on Niger and Nigeria, we would give you land. Nigeria said yes, and Chad was kind of forced. Sadly, the Chad, I don't really care about Chad. It's not Chad. It's just a dumb meme. It's just a country, which isn't very Chad. The Italians and Egyptians just start to kick the Algerians out of Libya until they get completely kicked out. Niger is pooping their pants because they're about to get smashed. Troops in Nigeria just flooding capture the capital, and Algeria's surprised because that was in like 2 days. Well, 2 weeks. And I think Algeria should be a little bit surprised, because shouldn't be surprised, is because Niger's not that strong, and Niger just Niger can't, they just lost their capital, and a few more weeks we have Niger a few more weeks Niger capitulates. Now Algeria's really scared, so they decided to go all in and just really just send everything they've got at Morocco before the Americans arrive, fling up, capture Rabat, and they're forcing their troops, not all of their troops, but Spain is also sending troops in, but it's what Spain cannot match Algeria right now because they're just forcing everything. Morocco loses basically everything. Everyone there is just dead, and Morocco falls. And at this point, the war's gonna end. The war, everybody is exhausted. Ethiopia is just kind of no. I mean, there's obviously troops entering, but they just hit the mountains and die. Yemen is really rebellious right now. Iran is a mountain. Who's gonna get to Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and Kazakhstan? Russia's putting a bit of a defense. Although that's not really gonna work because they've kind of left Belarus to protect Latvia, which immediately backfires as Latvia is taken back. Although Estonia is not really liberated, as Russia is holding onto the area with everything. Nothing goes on in Finland, and eventually the people in Ukraine actually managed to rise up against the Russians and the government, managing to overthrow it. Now that is not good. Russia just said the president is now shocked because troops have finally entered into Russian territory, the mainland, and they managed to encircle Crimea, the Crimean area, which is not good because Russia needs that area. The Spit falls, and within a very, very, very costly battle, Crimea is captured. Now, Russia just lost Crimea to NATO. And the Allies are starting to regret joining this. So, slowly but surely, Kazakhstan says nope. Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan. I hate Ibis Paint sometimes. Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan leave, and at this point, it's just some big players left. So, with the war now closing to an end, one country decides to do something. I mean, Morocco isn't gone because they kind of just force in their troops. So when the Americans land in, they recapture Rabat really easily. And not all of Morocco's really liberated, but about all of this is liberated, and a little bit over here. So Algeria's kept the bit they actually invaded. So with the war coming to a close, Algeria decides to not lose a major ally. So what does Algeria do? Send legit every man to save Niger. They're not going easy. even if there's American troops, US, Nigerians here, they do not care. They've given people out of their homes, and they're just going all in. A showdown for pt4 is captured. A humongous encirclement is taken up, which in the end makes 500,000 troops surrender. Most of that was Americans. That's gonna hurt. At this point, Nigeria is exhausted, but as they keep pushing in, we have Niger being fully liberated. And at that, the war comes to a close. That was a big one. Let's take this piece. Anyway, this is going to be massive. First off, in the Central African the Central African Republic becomes even bigger, annexing all the South Sudan. Egypt annexes the top of Sudan, and for some reason Libya gets this tiny bit of land which could actually become independent and join back with Sudan. Over here in Europe, not much changed. Estonia is now Russia. That's good luck on to that. Kaliningrad got annexed by Poland. Ukraine is now independent once again, and has took back some of the lands. And I'll get to that in a minute. Over here, Turkey's just got massive, actually. They took over all of Syria and Iraq. Not all of it, but Saudi Arabia got a big part of it. If Israel annexes Palestine and Lebanon, I forgot to say Palestine was in this war and just got steamrolled. Back in Europe, Serbia is forced into releasing Vojvodina and Kosovo. Kosovo wasn't on the map. And actually, right after Kosovo declares its independence, it unites with Albania. Vojvodina just stays there. It stays independent, it likes it. Yemen is split down the middle, and to be honest, I feel like this looks better on the map because Yemen is honestly just kind of a blob. Over here, Armenia is annexed between Turkey and Azerbaijan, and over here, Morocco loses a bit of land, not much. It wasn't that bad. Mali's just gone. Niger's re-liberated, but it's not like Niger is hurt. Like Niger is struggling. We could probably see Niger breaking into a civil war, which I'm sure their neighbours would like. I mean, Chad, Nigeria, and Algeria wouldn't mind some free land. Algeria would probably just want to re-liberate it. But Niger is now flattened. Everyone there's fed up. They're really poor now. And actually, a civil war doesn't break out. Instead, we see Niger and Algeria uniting. Because Niger's got, it's destroyed everyone there. It's really poor. And Algeria is now an empire, so not really. Niger joins in on Algeria, and now they are happy. I mean, it's happy to see they're happy now. It's glad to see they're happy now. Everywhere else that didn't really get... Why is India red? There we go. Everywhere else, I mean, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan are forced into paying reparations. Oof, that's gonna hurt their economy. Russia is paying reparations, not as badly. The Middle East has changed forever. Like, where did Iraq go? Like, it does look weird, but I think, to be honest, Syria looks better. And the last thing that's gonna happen in this video is some unifications and independence. Now, Ukraine annexed Crimea in the peace treaty. Russia didn't like that, but Crimea didn't like it either. But Crimea doesn't want to join back with Russia. The people there were already fed up being in Russia. Nope, they didn't want to be part of Ukraine again. So when they got part of Ukraine, they decided to hold a referendum and be independent. And they've managed to finally gain their independence. And they've joined NATO, which I'm going to show you the alliance map for the end of this video. Russia can't invade them, sadly, because it's not fair. Georgia's now in NATO, and I'll show you the map. Anyway, come to the alliance map. It's not correct, but I will fix this next video, so everything here will be back to normal. Ukraine is now part of NATO, and Crimea is part of NATO. Poor Estonia's gone, and we're going to be having one more unit creation if I go back to my gallery. The last thing happening is Germany and Austria uniting. Now, Europe was against this, but they had Lego through because, to be honest, Austria's economy started to actually collapse, and Austria fell into like an economic depression. So this is better now because they're part of an absolute monster that has a crazy strong economy. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.